Merritt Butrick was born in Gainesville, Florida on September 3, 1959. Having graduated from Tamalpais High School in Mill Valley, California by 1977, and then on to the California Institute of the Arts, he was expelled from the school. In 1981, he began his acting profession with a small part on television. A year later, he was offered the lead role in the comedy sitcom Losers, but the show was taken off the air after the first season. During the same year, he starred as David Marcus in Nicholas Meyer's science fiction film Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. During the 1984 sequel to Star Trek III: In Search of Spock, he played the same role where his character was killed. Afterward, he appeared in several films, including The Office, Shy People, and Fright Night 2. Toxoplasmosis caused by AIDS claimed the life of Butrick on March 17, 1989, at the age of 29. Some people believe that Butrick was gay. His co-star in the movie is Kirstie Alley. Richard Bernstein. Born in New York in 1939, he graduated from the Pratt Institute and later pursued further studies at Columbia University, earning a Master of Fine Arts degree. Bernstein had his debut exhibition at the Iris Clert Gallery in Paris and went on to showcase his work at prestigious galleries in London, Venice, Amsterdam, and New York. His art is now featured in various museum collections, such as the Corcoran Gallery of Art in Washington, the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Notably, he was the cover designer for Andy Warhol's Interview magazine, a close friend and admirer of Bernstein's work. Known for his album cover designs, Bernstein gained recognition for his iconic covers of Grace Jones records. He resided at the Chelsea Hotel for over 4 decades until his passing in New York City on October 18, 2002, due to AIDS. Amanda Blake. Amanda, hailing from Buffalo, New York, initially worked as a telephone operator before delving into acting. Adopting the pseudonym Young Greer Garson, she gained fame for her portrayal of Miss Kitty, a 19-year-old bar owner, in the TV series Smoke from the Trunk from 1955 to 1974. In 1968, she was invited to perform at a concert alongside renowned Western artists at the National Cowboy Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma. Following her extensive TV commitments, Amanda had limited opportunities to venture into feature films. She made appearances in a TV comedy with Red Skelton and also participated in popular game shows like Hollywood Squares and Match Game 74. In 1957, she starred as Betty Levancote in the TV series Code of Many Colors. Her final on-screen appearance was in 1988 in the drama Doping, where she shared the screen with actors like James. As per the New York Times, Amanda Blake passed away on August 16, 1989, due to complications arising from AIDS. Initial reports of her cause of death being cancer, as mentioned by some friends, were refuted after the death certificate indicated AIDS-related complications, a fact later corroborated by her other friends and the attending doctor. Paul Jabara. He is an American actor, singer, author, and performer with Lebanese roots. Throughout his professional journey, he penned numerous significant disco tracks, one of which even won an Oscar. Jabara passed away on September 29, 1992, in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 44 due to complications from AIDS. A memorial ceremony took place on October 4, 1992, at Forest Lawn Cemetery in the Hollywood Hills, where he was laid to rest. Survived by his sisters, Dolores Jabara and Claudette Haddad, Jabara's death was initially communicated as resulting from a long illness to the media, including the New York Times and the Los Angeles Times. This perhaps was influenced by the stigma surrounding AIDS. Brad Davis, also known by his professional name, was a highly esteemed American actor and recipient of the prestigious Golden Globe Award. Renowned for his exceptional performances, he notably graced the silver screen in acclaimed movies such as Midnight Express, Chariots of Fire. and Querelle diagnosed with HIV in 1985, Davis concealed his medical condition until shortly prior to his demise at the age of 41 on September 8, 1991, in Los Angeles. Unveiled in a book proposal that Davis had penned before his passing, it was disclosed that he maintained a veil of secrecy regarding his HIV-positive status in order to sustain his professional endeavors and provide for his family. He now rests at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Klaus Nomi, known professionally as Klaus Nomi, was a German countertenor noted for his wide vocal range and an unusual, otherworldly stage persona. In the 1970s, Nomi immersed himself in the East Village art scene. He was known for his bizarre and visionary theatrical live performances, heavy makeup, unusual costumes, and a highly stylized signature hairdo that flaunted a receding hairline. His songs were equally unusual, ranging from synthesizer-laden interpretations of classical opera to covers of 1960s pop standards like Chubby Checker's The Twist and Lou Christie's Lightnin' Strikes. Nomi was one of David Bowie's backup singers for a 1979 performance on Saturday Night Live. Nomi passed away on August 6, 1983, from AIDS-related complications at Sloan Kettering Hospital in New York City. Being a prominent figure in the arts community, his untimely death was one of the earliest known within this community due to the illness. Joey Arias, a dear friend of Nomi's, took on the responsibility of executing his estate. To honor Nomi's memory, his ashes were scattered across the vibrant streets of New York City. James Merrill. He was a renowned American poet who received the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1977 for his remarkable collection, Divine Comedies. His poetry can be categorized into two distinctive bodies of work: the eloquent and structured lyric poetry of his early career, and the expansive narrative of supernatural communication with ethereal entities and celestial beings, titled The Changing Light at Sandover. This profound work, published in 3 volumes between 1976 and 1980, marked a turning point in his artistic journey. While the majority of his published works were poetry, he also delved into the realms of essay writing, fiction, and playwriting. Anthony Perkins. During the production of Psycho IV: The Beginning, Anthony Perkins was receiving treatment for facial paralysis. Following an article in the National Enquirer claiming that he was HIV positive, Perkins underwent an HIV test. His wife, Bernstein, clarified that he had not specifically been tested for HIV but had undergone a series of blood tests in Los Angeles related to his facial paralysis. She suspected that someone had obtained and leaked the test results to the tabloid. Perkins kept his AIDS diagnosis private for 2 years, using assumed names while receiving medical care in various hospitals. Throughout this period, his wife and children underwent regular testing, always showing negative results. It wasn't until shortly before his passing that he decided to disclose his condition to the public, despite continuing to work on films during his illness. Anthony Perkins passed away at his Los Angeles residence on September 12, 1992, due to AIDS-related pneumonia at the age of 60. Robert Reed. In November 1991, Robert Reed received the difficult diagnosis of colon lymphoma, an uncommon type of colon cancer. During his illness, only his daughter Karen and actress Anne Haney, a dear friend, were permitted to visit him. Anne Haney later reflected on Reed, describing him as a person who valued decency and chose to face his illness privately, away from the public eye. Prior to his passing, Reed reached out to Florence Henderson and asked her to inform the rest of the Brady Bunch cast about his terminal condition. He passed away on May 12, 1992, at the age of 59, at Huntington Memorial Hospital in Pasadena, California. Initially, the cause of Reed's death was attributed solely to cancer. However, upon the release of his death certificate details, it was revealed that Reed had also been living with HIV. He had received his HIV diagnosis in the spring of 1991 but had kept this information private, sharing it only with a select few. The exact time when Reed contracted HIV remains unknown due to his secretive nature about his health and personal life. Although Reed did not have AIDS at the time of his passing, his doctor noted his HIV-positive status as a contributing factor on the death certificate. Robert Reed is laid to rest in the Memorial Park Cemetery in Skokie, Illinois.